Greetings to those who find this. This will be a yoga practice that is an adaptation of something that I just heard. But I learned this practice a long time ago, just a variation of it. I think that, like, the 4 directions are very important to yoga, and there are many times when yoga practitioners kind of forget to honor the 4 directions. So I am going to begin facing in what is my north. And I hope that if you're following along, that I hope that you face in north as I do, if you know where it is. So when you honor the 4 directions, what I remember from my yoga class like 20 years ago that talked about this, is that each direction connects to nature. And we think about like how in space, all of these, I'm going to interrupt my thought for a second. I am going to just be flowing in movement. And I encourage you to just flow in your own movements. Let me just tell you that north, facing north, that is the earth element. And so as you flow, I will tell you about this. So earth grounds us into, we're grounded in the earth. And facing north means a few things. One second. Facing north can connect us to night. It can be a position of stability. Like right now I'm in mountain pose and that's very stable. Facing north, there's a wisdom to it. There is wisdom in the north direction. And the other really important thing about it is it grounds us. Okay, we're grounded in the north. So being northward will stabilize us. It will ground us. It brings us down to the ground to be facing north. And if this practice interests you, I encourage you to look up somebody talking about it who actually knows what they're talking about a little better. But I hope that this is a good practice for you. So when I think about north, I'm very glad that they said that it has to do with night. To me, that's very interesting. So I did some recent research on north, and I found that it has to do with night. And that's very useful to me. So, yes, I am actually facing north, and that's what I mean by this. I'm not meaning to be redundant, but yeah, you can just find yourself in whatever pose feels like it is a good pose for you, and think about what north means to you, and also what the earth and groundedness means to you. I know that there is a North Star, so there's stars in the northern parts of the sky, so that's one thing that has to do with north. I feel like the 4 directions, like as I was saying before I kind of interrupted myself, I feel like thinking about the four directions is kind of an ancient thing because they use the directions as we do to navigate. So now I am going to switch over to this other direction. Let me try to get my I had written somewhere on my wall each of the four directions, so I was sure that I said the right one. So we're going into the west, and this is the water element. So whatever position you find yourself in, that can work for west, okay? So oh, sorry, I'm adjusting. I'm having a little bit of an issue with my outfit. All right. Sorry about that. So I was thinking maybe about a type of a pose here like this. Okay. So west, what does that mean? The sun sets in the west. West can be a direction that we face for introspection. It also can mean it is a point of emotional depth. So we might look to the west as we watch the sunset, and it might bring on introspection and emotional depth. It also might be good for us as we try to let go. We can look to the west, okay? So, in whatever position you want to be in whatever role or positions you want to be in, just think about the fluidity of it. Water. Water is important to all of us. It helps us hydrate, but more importantly, also, it kind of like heals us. So, think about water as you're in whatever pose kind of leads you towards water. And we are going to now turn south. You can either like repeat the same poses in for each one, or you can do completely different poses. Just as long as we're thinking about the elements and the directions. Okay, south is fire. So I am going to switch it up a little. South, as I face south, I'm gonna be thinking about the midday sun, transformation, passion, and growth. That is funny. I'm facing south, but my instructions told me it was air. And now I'm confused now. This is east. I'm facing east. Oops, I messed up. I think that I'm gonna redo that. So since I'm actually facing east, I got confused. I'm actually facing east, and that is air. So I am gonna bring myself up so that I'm closer to the air. So I'm sorry that I gave you the wrong one first. But what we are going to do is we are going to honor east and the air now. And how we're going to do that is east has to do with the sunrise, with new beginnings, with inspiration, and with knowledge. So maybe you'll want to actually reach your hands into the air. That's what I was planning to do. The sunrise. Okay. Now, we're facing south. And facing south is what I said before accidentally. It's about fire. So, get into a pose that reminds you of fire if you would like. It can be anything. Or it can be a flow of poses. And we're thinking about the midday sun, transformation, passion, and growth. Sorry if I got that a little confused in the directions for a minute. That's why I have something to remind me of it. But I really think it's interesting to think about the directions in this process, and thank you so much for following, and I love you all. Okay, bye. Oh.